Newcastle United have been criticised for using a 17-year-old player with a gambling logo on his shirt. Thousands of children are wearing replica football kits bearing gambling adverts, despite pledges to keep sponsors' logos off merchandise for youths. Junior strips for the 9 Premier League teams sponsored by betting firms do not carry their logos as part of a voluntary agreement between the clubs and the gambling industry. But, for 3 of these clubs, the maximum size for children's shirts is age 13, while 5 teams have a top junior size of 14. Only Bournemouth has a junior kit that goes up to 16, and even this is 2 years before the legal gambling age. This means many under-18s are sold adult shirts that advertise betting companies. Images of fans who appeared to be under 18 wearing replica kits advertising alcohol and gambling were even broadcast on Match of the Day. A study by Goldsmiths University found. The researchers concluded, the codes are therefore ineffective in preventing young people aged between 14 and 18. Or indeed younger children who are large for their age, from wearing branded replica kit and, in doing so, advertising gambling and alcohol while underage. Newcastle United has come under fire for using Lewis Cass, who is 17, to promote web betting firm Fun88. Dr. Jane Rigby of charity Gamble Aware, said, children should be able to show their support for their club without being forced to wear adult-sized kits, emblazoned with gambling adverts. My own 6-year-old son thought that his new football kit wasn't the real thing because it looked different to the kit his favorite players wear. It shows how gambling is being normalized for children. More needs to be done to protect children from the risks of gambling. And sports clubs need to consider their responsibility. The Industry Group for Responsible Gambling Code requires that gambling operators do not allow their logos or other promotional material to appear on any commercial merchandising which is designed for use by children. A clear example of this would be the use of logos on sports shirts. Under the code, children's shirts and other merchandise are defined as those not subject to VAT. Revenue and Customs imposes 0 VAT on clothes for children aged under 14. But only if the chest measurement for shirts is below 41 in for boys and 41.5 in for girls. West Ham United, left, and AFC Bournemouth, right, are 2 of 9 Premier League clubs to sell junior kits with gambling logos on them. However, the largest junior shirts available at West Ham and Everton stop at 33 inches and for Crystal Palace and Stoke have a maximum 36 inches. According to their online size guides, last night West Ham said it was in talks with its sponsors to create an unbranded shirt for all under-18s. A move it hoped would set a precedent for the rest of the Premier League. Clive Hawkswood of the Remote Gambling Association, which represents online gaming firms, said, it may be that there is now more need for the clubs to demonstrate a greater awareness of the responsibility that rests with them, as well as with the gambling company, when they enter into shirt sponsorship deals. Britain has seen an explosion of gambling sponsorship in football since Labour's relaxation of betting rules, say researchers. The prevalence of the bookmakers' adverts normalizes betting and has resulted in the public being exposed to inducements to gamble. They warn. Before 2005, when gambling was more strictly controlled, 4 Premier League and Scottish Premier League teams were sponsored by bookies. But since Labour relaxed betting legislation, there have been 75 deals in which gambling firms have plastered their logos on the chests of football stars. The study by Glasgow University warns that such adverts are luring vulnerable children and adults into gambling. Dr. Chris Bunn, whose research was published in the journal Soccer and Society, said, we should be concerned about the trend, given the consequence and cost disordered gambling can have for individuals, families and society.